Hey everybody, it's Liquid Lunch on, what's today, Wednesday. It's kind of hot.
Very hot.
Hot and
yes.
sticky,
Yeah.
right? And it's sunny. It was raining this morning. And I hear it's going to rain later this afternoon.
Too bad.
Did you guys hear that?
No.
I heard a cold front's moving in.
Damn.
But right now, it's hot enough that one way people can cool off is by drinking some fresh juice. Right, and we have Maggie and Gabby here from Village Juicery to tell us all about that. So
Yes.
welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
So, well, let's get to know you a little bit. Maggie, so what's your position at the company?
So I am the wholesale manager with Village Juicery.
Okay.
So my job is to develop business and maintain relationships with our wholesale.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. But you also have retail locations, is that right?
Yes, we do. And I'll leave Gabby, our director of retail.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm Gabby. I'm the director of retail as well as a holistic nutritionist with the company.
Oh.
So I oversee all of our retail locations, and we have a whole team of nutritionists, and we all together kind of support the recipe development process as well as other products that we carry in the store.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're working on the business side as the retail manager, but also you're a holistic nutritionist. So do you have to, and you got a team of nutritionists working for you? So that's...
Yeah,
Yours.
so
Yeah.
everybody in our store is a nutritionist. So that way when customers come in, they not only get recommended a product that is good for them, but they know exactly why they're getting that product. So they walk away having learned something, and that's really important to us.
So it's not just you come in and you pick the juice you want. You're actually now. How does that work? Like, for example, if somebody comes into, I guess, any of the retail outlets, and are the products on display, or do they say, "I'm having some health issues. What should I drink?"
Yeah, so everything's on display, so they can see everything that they have to choose from. But, if they're overwhelmed or they're not sure what they should be looking for, the nutritionist is there to guide them through, provide samples, recommendations, and we have a bunch of different product lines, from the juices in our fridge to drinks that we have on our bar and kombuchas on tap. So we have a whole range of products that we can recommend.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, because we all know that fresh juice, right? Not reconstituted, but fresh juice is really healthy, whether it's fruit or vegetable juice. I used to juice myself,
Great.
but it's too hard, right? Such an onerous process to peel all those vegetables and then run them through the juicer. Then you got to clean the juicer. Then you have to do something with all that pulp. Like, it's a lot of work, right?
Yeah. It's a
But
lot
you
of work.
feel
It's
so good
messy.
when you drink some fresh juice.
Absolutely.
But let's just talk about the company as a whole. Village Juicery, like, what is the concept behind it? Or the story of the... Do you guys know the story of the company's origins?
Well, so the mission of Village Juicery is to improve the health of our community by increasing access to plant-based nutrition. So really where it started is the owners, they were in more of a business-related field, and but they'd always wanted to start a business together. And so one of their family members had a really positive experience with cold-pressed juice, but at the time in Toronto, it just wasn't really available or accessible at the integrity level that they were looking for. So they decided to quit their jobs and found Village Juicery, and that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Now, did it start as a retail, or did it start at a wholesale level, or how did that...
Both. Actually, the first client, I believe, was a wholesale client, and that started about a month before our first retail location opened. But it was always intended to be both.
Okay, so where is the original retail location still there?
Yeah, so it's at about College and Bathurst.
Okay.
There, yeah, and it's still there, and then we have 4 more now.
4 more. Can you want to say briefly whereabouts they are in town?
Yeah,
Or
so the first one was at College and Bathurst, like I said. We have one in Roncesvalles, Yonge and Eglinton, Bloor West Village, and our most recent one was at Yorkdale Mall.
Yorkdale. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's good. So it's slowly spreading the idea or the availability of these super healthy cold pressed juices.
Yeah, exactly.
All over the city.
And along with Maggie's help, we've expanded our wholesale partners as well. So there's over 100 wholesale partners across the city
Yeah, I think
that
we're
carry
at
our
like
products.
close to 130 wholesale partners across the city now.
Now, okay, so how does that work? Like, for example, who would be a couple of examples of the wholesale partners?
So we're at Quantum Coffee at King and Spadina.
Okay.
Okay, we're at the Sweet Potato in the Junction.
Okay.
We service a variety of bars and hotels for behind the bar mixes, table service, brunch spots. Like we're kind of behind the scenes in a lot of different places and all different kinds of restaurants and cafes. Not necessarily just in our traditional grab and go style, but a lot of times in table service, bulk, pouring, things like that.
And okay, so and you brought some samples here of the juice, and there's other products as well, which we'll talk about. Now, the thing about the juice, so what I'm trying to get or understand or wrap my head around, because when you press fresh juice, like it's best if it's consumed as soon as possible after, right? So how do you guys manage, like if you're going to ship it to a location and just manage it? Do you have to put preservatives in it or anything like that, or how does that work?
So we press juice every day. So all of our orders come in by 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. depending on the day. Juice is pressed overnight, and we ship it out fresh every morning.
Okay.
So there are no preservatives, nothing is added. It's just the cold pressed fruits and vegetables. And because of that, there is a shorter shelf life on it. So all of our juices have a shelf life of 3 to 7 to 10 days, depending on the mix and the recipe.
Right. I see.
But we really believe that that's important. It preserves the integrity of the juice, all the vitamins, the minerals.
Right. Without poisoning.
Yeah.
I mean, or putting stuff in there that's
Exactly.
that's anything more than just pure fresh juice, right?
Exactly. And we're committed to that daily delivery. So there's not a single day we don't make deliveries that we don't juice.
And I would think, too, that your partners are obviously people and companies that are as committed to their customers to provide them that quality product, that, and it seems to me people are more concerned about health these days. They're more aware of what constitutes healthy products than ever before.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And we get such a broad range of customers, from people who are really well informed about what exactly they're looking for in a product, from people who are just beginning their journey and want to learn more. So we see the full range, but we're definitely seeing a lot more people are really starting to care about those things.
And now, were you involved in formulating some of the juices yourself as a nutritionist?
Personally, like some of them, I wasn't
Yeah.
part of the full development on any product, but I definitely had, little tidbits and recommendations. We do have nutritionists who do that full time, though.
I mean, is there a lot of
Yeah.
work that goes into that? I mean, when I was doing it, it was just like, get a bunch of carrots, some ginger, put some beets in there, maybe some garlic. But how do you guys, what's the process of formulating the juices?
It depends. So sometimes we start with a benefit that we want to go for. Sometimes we start more with a flavor.
Yeah.
And then we kind of work back from there. So if it's a benefit, what ingredients are going to help our customers achieve that. And then we'll get all of our ingredients laid out, and then we'll kind of mix and match, try to come up with a good formula so it also tastes good.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be a challenge for
Right.
anyone to drink these
Yeah.
products. And everything tastes delicious. It's great. And yeah, once we land on a recipe, we're kind of off to the races. We get the bottle ready, and
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
on the picture here, you got one that's Be Strong and ones that Be Clean. Are those the benefits of those particular juices?
yes, they're all kind of named for at least one of their main benefits. They all have so many, but so like Be Strong, for example, that was formulated as kind of like an immune booster or recovery from exercise.
Wow. Okay. So, how many different juices do you have, or how many different benefits that go with them?
At any given time, we have over, I think, like around 20 products in our fridge, from booster shots and juices. We also have food on top of that, and then we have seasonal varieties that rotate in and out that we will bring back every year or create new ones. We're constantly adding as well. So,
Right.
yeah, lots of different options for our
What are
customers,
some of the
though.
other benefits? We got Be Strong, Be Clean. What are some of the other ones that you got?
One of them is Be Active, so it's a great, pre-workout energy booster. One is Be Radiant, so it's really good for like your hair and your skin. We have Be Clean, that's great for your digestive tract and your liver. We have one called Hydrate and Heal, which is like a post-workout kind of anti-inflammatory, hydrating juice. We have our protein milk, which is kind of our version of a protein smoothie, but it's all sprouted plant-based protein. There's a coconut water in it, so it's another great post-workout. We have our phytotonic, which is a bunch of different greens and blue-green algae. So it's a great mineralizer and energy booster.
Wow.
So
sounds
many different
good.
things. Yeah, I could
Wow,
probably
so-
talk forever.
Yeah, but that's great for people that understand how important this is. They've got lots of choices and lots of things they can try out.
Yeah, we have lots of different choices in terms of benefits, but then flavors too. So we have sweet greens, we have the greenest greens for the people who really want that intense flavor. We've got everything.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk about some of the other food products here. I know you brought a few samples here, and we've actually had some of these in the studio here before, like that breakfast jar,
Yeah.
which is a really appealing product, actually. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that product, what it's called and
Yeah.
what it's all about?
So this one's our probiotic breakfast jar, and we call it that because in it we have our house-made coconut-based yogurt. So it's coconut meat, coconut water, and probiotics. That forms the base of it. It's really creamy and rich. There's a chia pudding as well, and then blueberries, pumpkin seeds, and hemp seeds. It's like a parfait style. So great for digestion. It's kind of like a nice light grab-and-go breakfast. And then we do more in that line as well. We have like a new one called our dragon smoothie jar, which is like dragon fruit. It's bright pink. It's a blended smoothie topped with granola. And then we also have our energy jar right now, which is like a cashew cream base, really creamy. It's sweet, topped with granola as well.
It's
That's
incredible.
Maggie's favorite.
It's my favorite by far.
But you
It's
didn't bring one
delicious.
today.
Yes, I did actually.
You-
There's one over there.
It is
I
off
brought it
camera,
specifically for
so
you.
we'll have it
Really?
later.
Yes.
Okay. All right. My mouth is watering just even thinking about this stuff here. Now you got, what's the little juice? Is that just a little size of a juice?
Oh yeah, this is it's a booster shot. So we have a whole line of them, and they're formulated to be a little bit more medicinal.
Okay.
So they're a little bit more intense in flavor. So they're not something you necessarily sip on, but you take it as a shot,
Yeah.
and they're really, really powerful. So that one's the immunity shot there. So it's a really good blend of lemon, ginger, oil of oregano, echinacea, and raw honey.
Yeah.
Great if you're getting sick or if you already are to help recovery.
What about, do you ever use wheatgrass juice in any of your things?
We currently don't,
I
but
heard
we
that's like a
would like to
miracle
do
thing.
that in the future.
Yeah.
It's a tougher ingredient to work with because its shelf life is so short.
Oh, yeah.
But we're working on it because, it's a wonderful ingredient and people are looking for it.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to provide it.
Now, what about sprouts? Can you juice sprouts? Is that possible?
Yeah, totally. Like pea sprouts and sunflower sprouts, you can totally juice those. And that's actually another thing we are working on right now. So none of our juices currently have it, but we will.
Because sprouts are
Yeah.
hard. They got a short shelf life too, right?
Yeah, they do, but they're so nutrient rich, so
I
it's
know.
really worth the effort. So
You guys,
we're
I
working
can
on
show
it.
you a way to grow them in-house so that you don't have to buy them or store them. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
show you
Yeah,
after
that
the
would be
show.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And let's talk about some of the other products. The granola. Do you want to
Yeah. So
grain-free?
Yes, that's grain-free granola. So there's no grains in it. So there's no oats, wheat, or any of those traditional grains in there. It's all nuts, seeds, a little bit of maple syrup, and apple in there to give it some sweetness. But it's great for people who are sensitive to grains, who might be looking to avoid them for any number of reasons, or people who are celiac. So there's no risk of gluten contamination in there, and it's really nice, it's filling, nice topper for any like your cereal or a parfait. And we recently actually relaunched our full line of snacks, so there's a couple of them here, but they're now in more like convenient kind of grab-and-go resealable things, which we're really excited about.
So that's been the problem, I think, with really healthy food is that it's less convenient. Like I said, the onerous task of making your own juice, right? So to be able to bring that convenience to the marketplace, which is what people really need, is really important. And where do you source your ingredients from? Like, are you going for organic stuff or GMO-free stuff? Or do you have a philosophy around that?
Yeah, so everything that goes through our facility is actually certified organic. So you'll see the label on all of our juices, snacks, salads, everything. We try and source local as much as we can, from the ingredients that go into our products to the other items we carry from other companies in our stores. So certified organic, so also GMO-free by nature, wild-crafted, local products.
See, that's because a lot of people out there now, they're sticking to that, what is it, the 50-mile diet or the 100-mile diet? the theory being, of course, that the earth gives us what we need in our local environment, right? So you guys are already paying attention to that as you're bringing the products to the market, which
Yeah,
is
100%.
amazing.
And when you don't have to transport it from far away, it's going to be more nutrient rich. So
Absolutely.
as much as you can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, what is that, a salad there?
Yeah, this is one of our salads. It's one of our newest ones. So it's our take on a Caesar salad. So it's our kale Caesar. It's made with kale. It's got like a creamy dressing, but it's dairy free. It's based with cashews. We have like a smoky pineapple topping, chickpeas. It's a really filling, really delicious lunch. And we do a bunch of different salads actually. So
Okay, now what are your plans for the future, I guess, in terms of both maybe possibly adding to your recipe base or your product base, or maybe plans to expand the the retail network or your wholesale network?
yeah, so we're always coming out with new products. So we recently came out with some kind of wraps that are in rice paper. Those were a really new product for us. We have new kombucha products on our taps all the time. We also have a new retail location coming up to expand our network. So we're going to be at Upper Canada Mall in the fall.
That's in Newmarket.
Yeah, so we're expanding our reach.
That's great.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one. It's going to be really cool.
Should we try some of these things now?
Absolutely.
Okay, what should we do? Are you guys going to have some too?
Yeah, I think we should absolutely try the mango chili.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Mango
These are-
chili?
Yeah.
This is one of our new dried snacks. It's actually brand new, so we didn't have this in our stores before we launched the packaging. Here, I'm going to let you guys have the first try over there.
So what is this? Like, when would you use this product?
This is a great grab and go snack for your desk, for your purse.
Oh,
Just
wow.
smell it.
Look at that.
It's sweet, a little spicy. It's chewy, which I like because it takes me a long time to eat it.
Yes.
Wow. It's amazing.
And all of that's dehydrated in-house. And
It's got a sour thing going on too, which I like.
yeah, there's
Lemon.
lime. Yeah.
Is it lime?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, how much would that retail for?
So this bag here retails for $12 in our stores, and we also have a smaller kind of snack-sized version of it that's $5, which is
But-
great for grabbing, going, putting in your purse.
But you can tell this is like
Fresh.
premium product,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? So it's fresh, it's also natural, and it's got, you guys have spent a lot of time and energy to actually create this flavor in this product, right? It's
Yeah,
amazing.
so glad you like it.
Yeah. Now, how many other? So this is mango. I mean, how many other similar products do you have, or what would the other flavors be? Or
So for the dried fruit, that's the only one we have right now, at least. We have, and the other 4 are more nut-based ones. So we have the granola here. We have a spicy cocktail style mix, a maple garlic one, and then more of a trail mix kind, which is the raw nuts, some dried fruit, and good raw chocolate in it.
wow. So that granola, is that like a? When I think granola, I think you put it in a bowl and you pour milk over it.
You
Or
could totally do that
coconut
here.
milk.
You could use it as a booster to your cereal, so it doesn't have to be
Sprinkle a
entirely
little
a
bit on
bowl
top.
of the
Yeah.
granola. Kind of sprinkle it on anything. I've put it on top of salads before too, as kind of like a sweet, savory
That's a really good
blend,
idea.
and it's delicious that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite snacks, but I have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah. That would be a premium breakfast if you ate that like a cereal.
So, and this is also on our energy jar, my favorite jar with the cashew cream, seasonal fruit, grain-free granola. It's incredible. You're going to have it after the show.
Okay, that's the other one you got there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, what else?
Were you interested in trying a juice?
Well, of course I am.
Great.
But I don't want to, I don't want you guys to open anything you don't want to open or that you have
Oh,
to
no,
take
this
back.
is
this is
all
for you, so-
Oh, really?
Everything is all for you.
Wow.
Here,
I didn't get a glass. I can't just drink out of there.
Yes, you can.
Because we're going to have to share it with
No,
the
I
rest
brought
of
more.
the
There's another bottle.
I brought
Don't
more.
even worry.
So this
Wow.
is exclusively for you.
And that's one of our best-selling juices. It's a little bit sweeter, which is really nice. It's got a kick of ginger, but it does have beets in it, which are really great for energy, endurance. And this is our pre-workout juice that I was describing earlier, the Be Active.
I used to kind of make a juice like this. Well, I didn't
Nice.
put too much pears unless they were. That's amazing. So yeah, so you can tell. Actually, I can tell because when you're making the juice yourself, you kind of just use what you've got, right? Instead of saying, really spending time formulating it so that it tastes amazing, as well as having all the health benefits, right? Mm-hmm. So this, as you can tell, it's got a great flavor.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You can feel it right away.
Right, and you're like instantly glowing. Not that you weren't glowing before, but you definitely have
Really?
more of a glow now. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's that ginger. It enhances your circulation. It gets
Yeah.
the blood flowing to your...
I can feel my
Yeah.
eyes opening up.
Yeah.
Even, right? And it's got that nice sour thing to it as well.
Yeah, all of our juices are really well balanced. They're not too sweet, not too sour, not too green. They're all
Yeah, because
really
I used to
good
go
mix.
too far. Like I would put
It's
too
easy
much.
to.
I would just throw so much ginger and garlic in there. It was a little hard to take. But this
Yeah, I've
stuff
never
tastes
juiced
amazing.
garlic before.
It's very intense.
Oh no,
I
you
can
don't.
imagine.
It's great. Yeah, yeah. Do you have any juices with garlic in
You know
it?
what? We don't actually.
I mean, it's
But-
kind of it might affect the flavor somewhat, but the
Yeah.
health benefits are like over
I
the
feel
top.
like if we were to do it, we would put it in one of these like booster shot formats,
Yeah.
so you
Right.
can kind of take it as a shot and not worry so much about the flavor.
And you can source some local garlic.
Totally, yeah.
Lots of people growing garlic in Ontario. Yeah,
It's a great
pretty
idea.
cool. So when was this made? This juice?
Last night, overnight.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like it's fresh. It's still got all its all the health benefits of having all that live food.
Yeah,
in
and
there.
we use a cold press machine, so there's no like heat, friction, and no excess oxygen introduced to the process, which helps retain the nutrients even more.
Like, what is that cold pressed? Now, I've heard that term before, and when I buy olive oil, I try to get cold pressed. But when I think about a juicer, I just think about the centrifugal ones, and you put the stuff in. Is that cold pressed, or is that not? Or do you have a superior
It's
process?
not. So that spinning mechanism introduces heat. Not too much, but it does introduce some heat. So that kind of juicer is fine, but it's more if you're going to consume it right that second.
Right.
Whereas if you want it to still retain those nutrients for a few days after, a cold press is actually more like an actual pressing action
Oh.
as opposed to the spinning.
Which is probably because I think the other thing about the other ones and why you have to consume that juice quickly is because it actually tears the cells or breaks the cells, and then they start to oxidize immediately, right?
Exactly.
So your juice would probably start to turn brown very quickly, right?
Yeah, which is a great option, especially for at home, just because you're going to consume that juice right away anyway.
Yeah.
But for something like our product, where it's more like a grab and go, you might want to be consuming it later, and we supply so many different restaurants in our stores that you want something that's going to keep those vitamins, minerals, all those other nutrients for longer.
Amazing, because I thought it's impossible. I thought because I didn't know about this cold press. I didn't realize it was possible to create a juice like that where it would just naturally retain its shelf life just a little bit longer. So that's something I learned today, and probably for consumers to do that on their own would be just too expensive, I would think, right?
You can definitely get some very expensive ones, and we have really, really big, really like special industrial
Professional.
sized machines. Yeah.
Where's your facility where you actually do all that?
We're just at like the 427 and Dundas.
So that means you can ship that stuff all over the GTA pretty quickly, right?
Exactly, and we have a beautiful 20,000 ssquare foot juicery.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. It's very new. It's very innovative. It's a beautiful facility.
Well, I think Toronto's pretty. We're kind of forward-thinking in Toronto, so I can see where the marketplace in Toronto is ripe for this kind of product. But I would think there would be other cities in the country that would be ripe for the product as well. Are there any plans to maybe expand to some of the other cities?
Well, I think right now we're focusing on the GTA, but definitely it'd be great if one day we could expand it to more like Southern Ontario.
Yeah.
No plans beyond that as of right now, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, who knows? Maybe somebody watching this would like to take the concept to another city or somewhere else, and they can get in touch with you guys and at least have a conversation.
Yeah, great.
So, and so what are you guys looking for, if anything, at the moment? Are you looking for just more people to be aware of the product, or do you need any other kind of inputs to the growth of the company now?
Not sure.
I think like our real goal is just to provide our community with the best possible nutrient dense juice. Just really feed them like great food.
I think that's a great mission. I mean, it's obviously you're not just in it for the money like a lot of companies, right? You're on a mission to bring nutrition.
You know, even on the wholesale side of things, it's not about selling a bottle of juice. It's about creating a relationship and a partnership that's really long term and that we can really grow and develop together. And I think that that's kind of been Village's kind of thought through this whole process. It's not about just like, selling that bottle of juice or getting that. It's about, building long-term partnerships with our communities, our people within our retail spaces, within our wholesale. And it's just about providing great juice to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing that through here today. You're telling everyone about the products, and you're developing the retail network, and you've got retail partners, right? So, what kind of you want to expand that? I would think, obviously, because you're trying to get it out there to the community. What kind of partners are you kind of looking for, or who you would invite to come and get in touch with you?
Yeah, people who share our same vision.
Because you mentioned this like coffee shops.
Yeah, so Quantum Coffee, we have the Sweet Potato, which is an organic grocery store. We have Rosalinda that just opened up, which is a vegan Mexican restaurant that actually has our juice on their menu. People that share the same values as us, people that want to, feed our community with great high integrity food.
So other people that are on a mission, not just to make money, but to actually serve.
The money will come.
Yeah.
The money will come.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality, right?
So this could be coffee shops, restaurants, hotels.
Exactly.
Anybody that's serving good stuff to their clientele.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay. Anything else you want to share with us today before we give out all the contact information for you guys?
I guess I would just, reiterate that we're opening a new store soon. So I just want to make sure that everyone's on the lookout, especially if you live more in like North Toronto or north in the GTA and you haven't been able to access our products as of yet. We'll be opening a new market in September inside their really cool new concept space at Upper Canada Mall. We're really excited about that, so definitely stay tuned.
And that's at the corner of
Young
Yonge and Davis, right?
Yonge and Davis Drive.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's even people from Barrie can come down there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, great.
Awesome. Okay, guys, great to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
I'm really looking forward to trying some of these things now, and this stuff is amazing. So, anyway,
thank you
thanks
so
for coming.
much.
Oh, what's the website before we go?
Oh, it's just villagejuicery.com.
Perfect.
Real easy.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, we're taking a little break. We're coming back with more after we sample some more of these great products from Village Juicery at channel.com.